Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Natural Physique podcast. Sorry if you can hear my treadmill in the background. I'm trying to slow it down so that it's not overly loud. Just myself, Noah, and Matt here. Finn's living up in Marbella, is it? Is
Yeah,
that
yeah.
yes, Marbella.
Him in HS.
Aye, HS and Ed.
He's inside the manosphere, guys.
I'm going to say that. New episode on Finn Kelly. Why do you finger bums in Instagram Reels?
Yeah.
Read interview or talk about gay shit and then put it on Instagram. That's the number one trick for the algorithm.
Yeah,
If
bro.
you watch once you're in, you need to go watch that to understand. But yeah, just this podcast going to chat through random stuff. We've got some questions. Arnold's recap I think would be pretty cool. Discuss the experiences over the weekend. Obviously you're only there for the Friday, Noah, and so were we. Like we literally didn't go
Yeah.
back after the Sunday.
Technically, yeah. Mhm.
But what did you think to the Arnold's, Noah? You were there in 2024, so you want to give us a rundown of what you thought from there versus now and shit like that?
To be honest with you, the expo was worse than 2024. In 2024, there was just a lot more. There was a lot going on, and obviously the end goal isn't a bunch of free stuff of going to an expo, but
But it kind of is.
it kind of also is. It
You want to try and
kinda
make
is,
your
like,
money back, don't you? You want
yeah,
to make
100%. I went in with the mindset of I've spent £40. I want to make about £40 back in just stuff that I get. And it seemed like the biggest attraction for all these brands was just get an influencer and make people queue to meet them. Make them pay to get a photo with fucking Sam Zulik or something like that. And it wasn't the same. Obviously, there was queues like back in 2024 for like the Trend Twins, and the line was massive. But Young LA were also like giving out free T-shirts. They had a full-on assault course. They had everything going on. So it was downsized, and it wasn't the same kind of setup. So I was a bit disappointed in the Arnold's itself, but the prejudging was very cool to see. I wasn't there for finals, so you boys can touch on that much more. But the quality of the stage, the lighting, the production looked pretty good going for finals. But prejudging was fucking decent enough.
Yeah. The show itself was good, like the evening show. The only problem is like unless you've got really good tickets, you're not seeing a great deal. Like when
You're
we were
essentially just
sat
watching
down,
the stream, aren't you?
yeah, like we were sat down and I was like literally trying to like sniper rifle my way like through people's arms and like between heads and shit. I had the binoculars. Need to do what that guy done. Somebody sat there, big tall guy, and he had a set of binoculars like that, looking at everyone. We were trying to get a video of there was like fitness girls doing routines. I mean, the whole time they would just jump up and just spread their legs. It was like, look at it. That's all they were doing, right?
Look
And
at it.
we'd just turn around and this guy's like that with the binoculars, just staring right at it. And we were trying to get a video of it. Brandon done his best, but we couldn't get it. But yeah, like we couldn't see a great deal unless we were stood up. So we trained legs like first thing in the morning. Well, Matt had trained, what did you train, push or something?
Push, yeah.
Upper. But we'd trained legs like a 3 hour session, murdered ourselves, went to the expo, we're stood watching the show, we're stood walking around. It was like, we'll finally get to have a seat to watch the evening show. And then you sit there in your seat and you can see fuck all. Like I'm not seeing anything. So we had to literally stand up again and just sit or stand at the very, very back so we could still see everything perfectly. But again, we were so far away from the competitors that you couldn't really see.
You don't really see them in person at that point, do you?
Yeah, like you couldn't tell if they were on or not because like you were so far away you couldn't actually see the details. Like it was hard to tell if Martin looked guff or if he looked alright. You know, it was hard
The
to
amount
tell.
of
Like,
people that like message me being like, "Oh, what's Mike like in person?" You know, from the stream he looks like this, and I'm like, I'm literally watching the stream, and if anything, I'm so far back I can't even see the stream properly either.
yeah,
Your judgment is better than my judgment.
definitely, it was
I don't know.
difficult. And then if you wanted to get a bit closer, you had to go around the sides, and you were seeing them with like a different angle. So I think if I'm to go again, I'll probably ball out a little bit on just getting some really good seats for the evening show, and not getting anything like tickets wise for the expo itself. Just train during the day, piss about during the day, maybe the expo, but just getting close up and paying like maybe £100 to £150 to watch the show right there, I think would be the best thing because it's like an experience, especially for the open guys. Like you could see that Andrew was wild even from the very back. I can't imagine what he would have been like close up. Like that'd be really cool to see. But yeah, I think the same as what you said, Noah. Like last time they were just throwing free shit everywhere and there was full blown tops and like clothing and everything. Whereas this time it was like you'd queue up for like 20 minutes to get given one sachet, one sample, and then like get to try out a new product.
Yeah.
Not getting anything from this. The applied nutrition one was good. You got 4 bags for that.
I did. I had to have 4 different hairstyles for it, but I thought, this is where the money could be found.
But it wasn't
So
even
I've
as if
got-
like you came back like 10 minutes later. You went and got one. Then you went to the back of the queue, which was really quiet at that point. Just like 4 people, and then again, the space of literally what 30 seconds to a minute. 4
Yeah,
bags.
just different hairstyles to fill up and fucking beef XB protein powder that's not getting touched. That-
It's coming.
It's got to be done, mate. It's got to be done.
It's actually shit as well.
Yeah, yeah. Like the brands,
I-
you're not going to use them.
Yeah,
We all get the no, it wasn't ABE.
it was applied nutrition, like their
Yeah,
drink,
the cans.
the
They
hydration
tasted
thing.
like felts.
No, it was, to be fair, the ABE ones are nice. It was the USN ones or something that were humming. The kind of like white and blue ones, or it might have been
Yeah.
applied nutrition. I don't know. I quite like the Abe cans. To be fair, that's where we met Rolly Winkler. Who was our favourite people to meet over the weekend?
I met no one that I knew.
Mega.
Probably Matt at the airport.
Yeah. You got a
I'd
few
probably
favorite
say-
people and like you got a good few interactions.
Quite a few. I got Rolly Winkler was good because we actually like said stuff to him as well, and he spoke back.
Blown his tits.
Mate, so when I was flying back home, he was walking about Birmingham Airport as well. Exact same trackie, that Nike one, and this time he had like a JD bag on. You know when you get like the plastic bag?
Yeah.
It's like the drawstring. I was like, this bloke was literally top 5 in the world at the Olympia, and he's walking about like a smick, and nobody knows who he is. And he's like had his hands in his pockets, just like that. I
Full
love him.
blown tracky, like all matching and shit. It's crazy working.
Yeah, it was crazy. Who else did I meet? I met Mamuli on the Sunday, so essentially I was flying back home that evening, so I was at a posing seminar in the morning on the Sunday, and then I had to go back to Resorts World anyway to then get to the airport. So I went back to Resorts World, and it was like at 4-5 hours maybe until my flight. I was like, I'm not waiting about in the actual airport. I'm at the expo. There's still shit going on. I'm just going to walk about. So I just walked outside, you know, like that massive big
Yeah.
like hallway place. I just like walked up and down there, and just met people and met Mamuli, and that was good. So buzzing with that. He was really, really, really nice. So
Yeah, it's good when you can actually have like an interaction with them and speak to them because that makes it a lot more personable.
It was just
nicer.
bizarre because it was like he was in front of me, and to the other side there was like all these fitness influencers who I had no idea who they were. I've looked them up since, and they've got like loads of followers and stuff. There was this bird, and she was wearing like a white monster costume, and I looked her up, and she's like really famous. She's called like Evie.Gym or something, and everyone was like rushing to get photos with her. She had like a massive crowd around her. And then Andrea Mamoli's just like standing right beside, and I'm like, this is not what I like
That
expected.
sums up the Arnold's though. Like that sums it up.
Oh, mate, see whenever they were doing the classic call-outs in the pre-judging, and Sam Sulek! Oh! And it's fucking Wesley Vessels. Oh!
It's entirely silent, and as soon as Sam comes out, she's like, "Oh, oh!"
What?
Crazy.
Mate, it's
There was
fucking
like
weird with that.
freedom stood to the side of me, like they were just stood there, like they've got better like viewing than me. They're not watching at all. They're on their phones, nothing. Then here's Sam Sulek, and all of them just look up. Oh, Sam, oh! And I was just like, lads, they left after seeing him. I was like, that's crazy. Honestly, like, as a big, not big issue, because like if it was earlier on and we were younger, we would have been the same as well. Like going to see like our favourite influencers, and we wouldn't have cared as much about bodybuilding. But like so much of it is just people that are there just to see those type of people, and like they're young LA type of people, and very little people that
Yeah.
actually need to be there for like the bodybuilding, or people that are more serious. So I don't know. Like again, I'm not trying to dig at those people because they don't really realize maybe doing anything wrong, or it's just the stage.
It was
that
just funny to see
yeah, like
that at a
like,
bodybuilding show.
compression tee, like young LA breathed affinity type of people. Like I just wanted to go see some bodybuilding, meet some bodybuilders and shit. But everyone's different, aren't they? But I feel like that demographic just like took over. It was like all the people that were there, just those like that younger generation. But Yeah, I would say a little bit of a letdown based off of the 2024 experience.
The
I don't
highlight
know.
was probably here in Arnold's, say 6-7.
Yeah, that was outstanding. Arnold Schwarzenegger said 6-7, and we are the people. And he was in Belfast as well. Let it be known.
He said that he loves
Arnold is a
England.
teddy bear. Can we make that the thumbnail? Just Arnold up front with Trimiti.
Yeah.
And the Union
That
Bears
was
just
crazy,
behind.
I was stood at the very back and I couldn't really hear a great deal of what he was saying, but he was like, I love India, I love Indians. And I was like, what? Anyway, he was trying to say England. But
Yeah,
the
he was
guy-
like England. I
England.
came to England in 1967. And me and Matt were fucking wetting ourselves at that point.
Like it was, when you just go completely non-verbal, like you can't even breathe. I was
It was
sitting like
very silent as well, though, so you probably would have been able to hear you laugh. Like,
But I felt everyone's eyes on us though.
everyone
Like
was
we
like,
actually had seats. We had
silent.
seats, and we've like. I'm doing this. I can tell the color plate of my face is completely shifted. I'm not. I need to stop laughing. I need to stop laughing. We are the people.
Unbelievable.
it started with like Joey Swole though, because he had said
Yeah.
something, and then they went off on a tangent and started talking about his mum. But we were already
Oh.
laughing at that point, and his mum was like
Oh, that
really
was brutal. He was talking about
and
how
we
his
were
mum's
trying to like
still
hold
at
it together.
You know what I think it was? It was the fact he was giving really deep answers and the interviewer was just disregarding everything that he said and then asked him. So he was like talking about some like the gym is like therapy, it's really like mental health. So what do you think about finals tonight? Who are you expecting to like no acknowledgement of what he said? And
But
he
he
was
made a
just,
big part about his mum, and he was like, "So, what's
Yeah.
been your favourite gym this weekend?" And
Yeah,
I was like, "That's crazy." He just, like he didn't know what to say or what to do. He just kind of, like giggled a little bit. He was like, "So, what was your favourite gym this weekend?" I was like, "Mate,
you can tell he had a script of things he had to say,
Yeah.
yeah."
and he was not going off the fucking script.
Bro did not care.
Oh.
He's terrifying, to be fair. AJ Kelly, Robert, anyone that doesn't know him, like, he covers a lot of bodybuilding stuff, but seeing him in person, I was like, what the fuck? The guy's like 6'4", 300 pounds looking at, and he's just
Big
giant.
bag of ghost cans as well to come.
How does he get 7 ghost cans and I only get 1?
He's not bringing them back on the flight anyway. So, better
Gabe,
drink them.
Gabe asked for 2, and they were like, no. And I was like, if it just grabbed them and they've just not been able to do anything about it. Guy's scary, man. Try to think if there was anyone else that I met. We met Thor Bjornsson, on the way back from Five Guys. He was in the middle, then there was 2 of us to each side. I put my arm around him at shoulder height, and I was grabbing his arse. I was like, that's just fucking crazy. Like my hand was in my hand was in the top of his Meg. Get a reel of this, man. Get a reel. So, I'm there shoulder height, trying to hold my hand around him. I'm literally grabbing like the top of his glute. I was like, fucking hell. The guy was terrifying. So, Thor, Rolly, and anyone else?
So I'm just thinking about when you said, stop winking at me.
I was thinking I would like say it under my breath to you or something. I was like, I can't fucking do that.
No.
If the guy hears me in the slightest,
Yeah.
because
He's just going to squash it like a can.
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking there was a photo of me, you, and Cyrus next to him. I was like, we would struggle to out deadlift him all together. Because, like, Cyrus can't really deadlift just now. He'd pull, like, maybe 100 to 120. And then me and you could pull, I could pull, like, 230.
I've
you're-
done 5 plates, so I'll be about
Yeah.
230 of it.
Yeah, so he's, like, 500 plus, which is wild. Absolutely bonkers. But he was big in person. I think that's all I really met, to be honest. You've seen Sean Ray. That was
Met Sean
a
Ray,
wee legendary pull, that, an exotic number. Because he was stood up, glasses on, couldn't see shit. And you're like, is that Sean Ray? So it was impressive that you've actually noticed him.
I saw him and I was like, he's trying to hide himself. He doesn't want to be noticed right now.
He doesn't want to be bothered.
He doesn't
Excuse
want to
me.
be bothered.
Sean,
Sean Ray.
Sean. To be fair, he was sound. Like, he didn't go like, nah, fuck off.
Yeah.
He was like, yes, that's all good.
Uh,
Yeah, but Arnold's itself, little bit underwhelming. Show-wise, for the actual results, Andrew absolutely bummed everyone. Like, it wasn't close in the slightest. I initially thought as soon as I seen Brandon and Martin next to each other that Brandon's beating him, and he obviously did. I didn't put together that Patrick was going to beat Martin initially, but the more that we seen it when we were watching the finals in the apartment, it's like, like Patrick, if you go shot for shot, takes him. You know, like he looks really good. So that was cool. I don't know what Martin has Martin been seeing it into it. I don't follow him, so I'm not been able to
I
see.
don't think he's got Instagram again yet.
All deactivated.
Damn, I wonder what he's going to be seeing it. If he's just gone completely off the rails and that or what, but we'll see.
He realistically shouldn't have done the show. He's not in like the headspace to be competing.
Nah, he's lost all his sponsors and he's just stressed out. Like you can see.
He looked like
body.
he was faking that smile on stage so much as well. I was like, mate, you just don't want to be here. Just yeah.
His face looked so watery as well. Like, I'm not trying to kick him when he's down, but he's never going to hear this. Like, his face was just all, I don't know, puffy. Like, he didn't look, again, very happy to be there. Like, you're just going to see through it a little bit. So, yeah, he didn't look great, but I imagine, like, that week after that show, like, he was just, I mean, look at his mental state, look at what he was posting and shit. There's no chance he's following a meal plan at that point. Bro has been binging to fuck. And I think that reflects on his physique. I reckon he's binged quite hard and just thought, fuck it, I'm fucking over with this. And then he's had to pull back down, and then they're trying to get it back, and it's just went tits up. So, yeah, he didn't look great. Classic, obviously, Mike beat Wesley. So, I think that makes sense. Like, when you look at the both together, I actually had Wesley in quite a few shots, and I just prefer Wesley. Like, looking at his shape and, like, he's kind of old school classic, and I think he's just more impressive to look at. But Mike, when you look at the way he's lats insert and how everything's just kind of shaped up together, it makes sense that he won. But do you think it was completely clear, Matt? Or do you think there was any chance? Or
Yeah, I think it wasn't a convincing win, but it was still clear. Like, everyone was kind of saying, like, oh, how's he won, like, straight? And it kind of looks like it was a lot further apart than maybe what it actually was. I think it wasn't a convincing, like, oh, Wesley's got demolished by Mike here. It was actually close, but it was, like, pretty obvious, I think, by the end that, like, Mike was just slightly better. So,
yeah.
like, Mike's conditioning was ridiculous. Like, his glutes, hamstrings, everything was mental. So it was pretty good to see, because that's the first time he's competed since the Olympia.
Yeah.
Because we haven't actually seen him. Yeah.
Missed weight and then couldn't get into Detroit, eh?
Yeah. So,
Yeah. The guy
yeah.
that came third was peeled out his mind. That was his name? The guy that came third? that went
Jorge Herrera.
Jorge. Yeah, like when we went up a bit closer, I was like, oh, Jesus. Like, even when he was like turning around, like not actually in a pose, like he'd turn around and you could see, like, as soon as he like put weight onto that foot, his glutes like striping all the way up. He was skinned. He actually looked really good. And Mamoli had like digestion issues or something. I don't know what he was saying.
I think he said something like he was like backstage and like his stomach just started like cramping really badly, and he like couldn't eat. He couldn't even vacuum. He was just in so much pain. So that's unfortunate, because like you can't really control those things. Like, I don't know if it was food related. It could just be nerves. Like, it could be anything. But sometimes shit just happens. But I still thought he looked quite good, but just not as maybe good as the Ohio show.
Yeah.
And then when you put him in that lineup as well against like two bigger guys structurally, and he just looks small. Yeah, but by himself he's unbelievable. But then you put him next to other bigger bodybuilders, and you're like, okay, his actual structure and frame is just like not quite as impressive.
Guys, like, especially if you put him next to Wesley, it's like fucking hell. There's a big gap there. Like, even when you put Mike next to Wesley, like when I was looking at them in person, I was like, Wesley makes him look like a small child in some shots. And then if you do that with Andrea next to him, it's completely different. But yeah, I think he could be really good in the sense of with more time, because he's young, isn't he? He's very young.
Like 20. Oh, he's like 27, 28.
Oh, I thought he was like mid-20s. Thought he was pretty young. Maybe it's someone else that I'm thinking of. But yeah, I think his shape and his physique is like peak non-competitive bodybuilding. That's not to say like that he's not a competitive bodybuilder. Of course, his was just finished fourth at the Arnold'S, but like he's not overly giant to the point where it's like disgusting. Like in clothes, he doesn't look scary, but like he just looks sick. And like when he poses, he still looks sick. Like, I think that's like peak. Bro's just got the perfect physique. But obviously, it just depends on what translates onto stage at that very, very high level. But yeah, men's physique, I don't even know who won. Does anyone follow my. I mean,
Vitor Chavez won. He beat Andre Dieu.
yeah.
Andre Dieu. Apparently, it was like, oh, Andre should be winning this. But people are saying that Vitor was just much sharper in person. I don't really fucking follow it. I don't really care too much either.
Was Vitor not the guy that his midsection didn't look very good? Was
Yes.
the one that,
It's like
it
he
looks
doesn't
like
flex
not
his
on.
arms or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, they don't look as like deep cut as Andre's, which is probably the biggest separation.
yeah. I thought like when I'd seen the two of them pose like very briefly that Andre was smacking him, like because it looked as if Vitor was just like not tensing his midsection at all. There just like wasn't really much detail there. I thought Andre had him, but hey ho. Did we get any other classes? There was a photo of us three looking at the bikini or the wellness or whatever it was. Did you see that photo? No.
No.
Me, Brandon, and Matt like we're sat watching the stream, and like we're all leaning
Oh
forward,
yeah.
all leaning forwards on the couch like that, like looking and
Good vampire on that one.
There's a fucking poor timed photo and Gabe's front, but yeah, I think that wraps up the Arnold's. Anything else to say? Noah, who you want to fight?
Oh,
Yeah, you go.
I was beefing folk in my story today, and rightly so. To be fair, rightly fucking so. There was the MegaCon and
Megacon.
the
Megacon.
Arnold's on at the exact same time, and I didn't even know what MegaCon was going into it. But you see a bunch of people in anime cosplay and everything like that, and as someone who's got a foot in both camps, like I've been to multiple cons, I've done cosplay, but I've also it's my full-time job's been a fucking online coach, and I compete. It's a strange one. I feel like people just can't keep their fucking lips shut these days. Like they just want to film something, try and show off to their mates, and it's a bit fucking embarrassing. And again, like the Arnold's itself, there was just lots of younger people. And I think that they thought it was funny. And again, it's like whenever you're in high school, people will pick on things just because it's different. But again, like,
But it's just that immaturity. Like when we were younger, we maybe ripped the piss out of people in school or this and that. But
yeah, 100%. I'm not going to act like a fucking saint, mate. I was a bit of a knob in school. But whenever it's like you're filming someone and you're actually picking on someone, and a lot of these people are like actual minors, and you see people like fucking Greg Doucette was doing it as well. Like, it's not like it was just not like we guys. Like, it's people that should fucking know better. It was a shame to see, because again, like, it's already a community that's relatively judged upon, let alone they go to somewhere that's a bit out there, and they're getting shat on. So I don't know. That's just my opinion. I've had a rant in my story, and yeah.
I think it's just the double standards. Like, we as bodybuilders complain about the general public judging us and like slagging us off, and it's like we're doing the exact same thing then to other people, another group. It's like bodybuilding is weird enough. You know, we don't need to sort of get an even worse rap. You know, like we live a very isolated, obsessed lifestyle. We do take things to the extreme. We get on stage, no body fat, in a pair of posing thongs, tanned up, oiled up, and flex our muscles in front of hundreds of people. Like, that's fucking weird. If I was a normal person, I would think that is weird. So who am I to then walk about that megacon and look at people who are literally just wearing like a costume and think...
This is the thing. It's like Halloween. That's all it is. It's like dressing up for Halloween. And they're not hurting anyone. They're just dressing up as one of their favourite characters or something, right? Like what a lot of people would do at Halloween. You think about even the people that, like, people in bodybuilding look up to. What was it? Fucking Phil Heath was wearing a Young LA collaboration with Demon Slayer. Like, the big companies that these guys are wearing, they all endorse this stuff. If they like the Trend Twins, watch them for 2 seconds, they'll talk about fucking Dragon Ball, right? All these people that they look up to will be influenced by the media of that, you know? It was a fucking weird one. But yeah, I know there's been statements that have been put out addressing it all, and yeah, that's about it.
it's just you're always going to get that, in you, in like any industry. Like, it doesn't mean that we're all cunts. Like, there'll be people that are just arseholes, but then like we get the stick.
It'll always overpower the arseholes. Will always be louder than the nice guys.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. I like the real is it the boy Jay something that he does called it. Is that his name? The one that
I
does
was like
the-
sat right beside him when he was filming that.
Really?
Yeah, because that's what like Mamoli. So you know what I said about that woman, the monster woman,
Yeah.
like with her and like all them, and then him, and then there was two other guys, and then they like started speaking to the two cosplayers. And they were just like being really friendly, and I'm pretty sure they were just like, "Is it okay if we make a video with you?" You know, they didn't just like go and shove a camera in
Yeah.
their face. They
Like
like, asked, like,
hundreds
"Is it
and
okay?"
hundreds of thousands. Like one of the guys who get his top off with like the wee furry paws on and
Yeah.
shit. It's
Oh.
pretty peaking. Cam's comment got like
Yeah.
5 likes as well.
Treasure versus treasure.
Yeah, that's wholesome. Like we walked past and there was some mad costumes. I think it's cool, but again, it's just people being very judgmental. Like you can think something is weird without having to say it's weird and having to put people down for it. Like
That's exactly what I think. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But just let them be. Like they're not hurting anyone. Just as they look at me and think, "What the fuck is he doing?" I'm like, so I just let them be.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a difficult one, but again, people are going to be immature, aren't they? So it's just hopefully them actually learning from it and growing up a little bit. But yeah, Arnold's weekend wrap up finito. Into some questions. Got some good ones going here, I think. I'll get them up just now. We'll start with let's see, just the first one that comes up for me. Good. First question. How big is it?
Strawberry.
How big is it? So that torpedo in the back of Noah's background.
Aye.
That's it. 2 inches. Is how big it is. Any other answers?
Nah, mine just smells.
There you go. Matt.
Mine's like it's like chode. It's like wider than it is long. So
Yeah.
it's hard to give it like a proper
It's
kind of
got, like,
answer.
Density. It's wide.
Yeah, it like
Yeah.
trains like Ranch Warren. It's trained like high intensity, low volume for a good bit.
Mega. Love that. Next one. One protein, carb, and fat source for the rest of your bodybuilding journey. What are you choosing?
Chicken, rice, peanut butter.
Oh,
Peanut
I'd
butter.
go chicken, sourdough, almond butter.
I don't like rice enough. Rice is just boring to fucking eat. I don't like it.
food. I don't like food.
I choose none. I choose nothing, and nothing.
You could have that Turkish bread that we had,
Oh,
like
unbelievable.
lamb kebab.
I don't know what the beeping noise is, sorry. Can you hear that?
Yeah. Is your water pad turned into a microwave, bro?
Nah, so it's the keys of my car. It's like if you click a button, then it beeps. But I don't have the button to click to find them, and just ever so randomly, once in a while, it goes off. So apologies for that. Hopefully it doesn't do it again. Protein source, I think I'm going to go chicken as well. Carb source, between potato, rice, and rice pudding.
That's not the question. Pick one.
Potato.
If it was protein, I'd
Rice is-
have chicken or I'd have
rice
mince or
is-
maybe
rice
eggs
is
and
way-
fucking rice or
way-
something.
Rice is too boring. Rice is
Way drip.
and
Way
then fat source, way drip. Dark chocolate. 85%
Oh, I
chocolate.
forgot about dark chocolate. I was thinking like combining everything like into an actual meal.
Nah, it's just you can use them in whatever fancy.
Free bomb.
Exactly. So, first 2 questions done. Getting bummed is your only expenditure, or drinking spunk is your only protein source?
Christ almighty.
Good question.
that's a real thinker.
That's an Instagram rule. That's an
Can I
Instagram
superset them, bro?
I know. Is an option for both? God, that's actually really difficult because both of them are horrendous.
I don't really think I'm gonna pick one of the two. To be fair.
What was the bombing one?
Yeah, so this is what I've just realised. Getting bummed is your only expenditure. I just wouldn't have
No
my.
expenditure.
You don't need to.
Nice steps, just backing it up.
Yeah, you need to eat protein, but you don't need to do cardio. So
Yeah.
I'll go with getting bummed as expenditure and then just never do cardio. So
Smart.
don't any.
I already do. Yeah, we already do that.
How quick can someone recover from prep? No competitive goals afterwards.
It's
depends.
person dependent.
Yeah, for sure. What was everyone's test after their prep? Like at certain points, did you just get it?
I got
done?
mine done 8
It was
weeks
April.
after prep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got mine done 8 weeks after prep. I was at 24.2 nanomoles. So I think I'm a bit of an outlier with that, to be fair. I think I'm a bit of an outlier.
It's like a horn dog.
I mate, but
Not
it was
horn.
heavy number, so a heavy Whitney move.
Mega 24 means nothing if it doesn't work.
Exactly, bro.
I was 17 animal, I think like 2 months afterwards as well. But like I have clients and know people that like months and months after are like very low single digits.
Yeah.
You got yours done again this weekend, and so did Brandon. But honestly, think it's a bit dodgy. Like both of your tests were like
We were
sitting
on the fucking bang bus, mate.
It was
and
just-
I was saying to Brandon, Brandon came out and he was like squirting blood down his arm. I was like, that's mega. But he had trained legs for 3 hours before it. We'd been on our feet for ages. And I was like, how did you feel when you got your bloods done? He was like fucking shit. Like I was falling asleep waiting for him. I was like, you probably felt
Yeah.
similar to me. I was like, no wonder your test is going to be lower because you felt awful doing it. You've been awake for like 8 hours. You've ate 2 meals. You've trained legs for 3 hours. Like you're not going to be in the best spot for that. So I
Like,
don't know
if you
they
think when we got it done in what do you call that
June.
place? Atlas.
Atlas.
That was like in it was April or
We'd-
something.
Yeah, no, yeah, it was like June. We
It was
fasted.
April because it
We
was Manchester.
yeah.
And then they were like, okay, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do any of these things before you come and get your bloods done because it can
We
influence
just
your
rocked
results.
up after. Well, you guys rocked up after a training session. I was like 2 meals deep. I was like,
fuck
but
it.
yeah, I mean, your bloods will vary day to day. You could get like for myself, I got a general panel, so I was able to see a few things. So my HDL's low, so I've implemented some new dietary fats. And my iron was fine to be fair, but Finn was like it was a bit low. So my food's changed a little bit based on that, but for the most part, like if you're talking about post prep, it depends. I mean, how lean you get can also have an effect on it, like your overall recovery. It'll take time to scale volume back up in terms of training, but hormonally, it depends person to person. There's people that like are a year after prep and still feel like utter cat balls. Like it happens. So there's no way of telling going into a prep. Oh, how am I going to feel 6 months post prep? You're probably not going to feel 100%, but it takes time. You know.
It's one of those, it's like maybe like 3 months later you're like, oh, start to feel like a little bit better now. And it's like a
Yeah.
month later, oh, I wasn't actually sweet back then, now I feel better.
I feel
And
like
a month after that,
It keeps going like
it just
that.
keeps going, and then one day you're
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
not
looking
like
up and
a
thinking,
singular moment, is there? Where you're like, oh,
Nah,
no, it's just like over time.
just like
No.
with prep. There's not
we
like
had
one singular
Nico,
time where you're like, oh,
we had Nico on the Lifestyle Loops podcast, and he was saying like he still doesn't feel sweet, and like his first prep, you know, he still doesn't have his libido after that most recent one, and he's been dieting. He lost it like in June or something. He still hasn't got it back. Maybe April. No, March. I'm just spitting out months. I can't remember.
no, December.
But he's like lost it for like nearly a year,
yeah.
and he just
Yeah.
hasn't come back. So
Yeah, it's very different, like, for each person. It's the same as, like, if someone was to ask a question about how much volume should one person do, it's impossible to give it because everyone responds differently, everyone's body's different. So, yeah, I just make sure that you're on the ball, like, with your post-prep. If you want to fuck yourself up and not have your hormones right for as long as possible, binge and go eat anything you want.
Yeah.
But if you want to get your bloods back to a good spot, if you want to get your hormones back into a good spot, you need to be very much on the ball with things. Because if you don't, like, you will fuck yourself up big time. Like, it's one of the worst things you see. Someone ends up binging to fuck, gaining loads of weight, and then they're dieting again 2 months later
Yeah.
when their taste is already rock bottom. Their body doesn't want to be there, and it's like, oh, I can just see you're so fucked. And they're like, nah,
Yeah.
fine. And it's like,
If you've not given your body an opportunity to recover, but you're like, right, let's push back into diet because I've fucked it so bad, the weight's not going to come down. You're mentally not going to be in a strong enough place to push into a diet phase. You're not ready mentally or physically. Your body's going to reject it, so you'll push harder, and then you just fall into the cycle of push harder, fail, binge, repeat. That's how it goes, and it's a shame to see because obviously in social media you see a lot, and you'll be able to see when people do it, but. That's one thing. If you can handle post prep like an athlete, almost treat it like it is prep itself, because if you're able to manage it as well as and obviously having a bit of flexibility is okay, but if you're able to pull your finger out and not be an absolute idiot, then you will be okay. Is it hard? Yes, but you will be okay at one point.
Yeah, we're not trying to like fear monger and be like it's going to be the hardest thing in your entire life and you'll be absolutely fucked and this and that and you can't do anything. But like it is very
Don't go
easy.
into it blindly.
Yeah, and just being like, oh, I'll be fine. I'll just see what happens. Like you need to have a plan. You need to be structured with it. You know, have your off-plan meals kind of planned out for the week and take into account fuck me, social occasions. But yeah, like you'll fuck yourself up and it can honestly be for years. You know, like I've seen it happen with people and we know people that like years after their prep they're still not the same because like they just let themselves go up and down, up and down, up and down. So yeah, that's that. Someone said, how's your time with Christian been? Did well keeping that a secret. I assume that's regarding Finn.
Finn being with him.
Yes. So we need to wait till next week to answer that one. Uh, know your missus gets dogged every weekend or watch on once applauding the guy. That's, thank you, Lewis Agnew. That's a bit-
Watching one, it's a bit rough. Is the frequency changing?
I think if you watch it once, that's it. That's it over and done with.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's what he's saying. So like, know that she gets dogged every weekend or watch on once and it stops.
I just watch it once and then suck
Yeah.
her off.
Yeah,
Just get it over and done with.
Yeah, then
that's hard.
get hypnotized after it. And 3, 2, 1, you're sleeping, you'll forget your missus get dogged. Then you're sleeping, you wake up and you don't remember the thing. So easy one there. Pick one of your clients to fuck and one to get fucked by. Must be male. I'm not answering that one.
Yeah.
Go in there.
It was Lewis that asked it, so I'm gonna pick Lewis for both of them. I'll fuck him and he can fuck me. Other questions. We've got some Jack Morrison ones, so we're in for a treat here.
It'll be. Never mind.
Win every rear shot, but you have to show your arsehole every check-in. Or win every front shot, but every time you shave your balls, you nick them at least twice with the razor.
I think I do that already, so I'll take the wins from the front,
Nice. Fucking difficult, isn't it?
mate.
What was
It's
the-
like it's bumpy terrain.
I don't believe anyone out there can do that with confidence and just go for it. Like in
Have you
no-
ever tried it with a one blade?
No.
I just
Oh,
use
mate, I swear I got half of my sack like caught in it, all wrapped up around it.
it genuinely terrifies me. Like it's fucking scary as shit. I've already spent like an hour shaving my legs, like trying
Yeah.
to keep them maintained, and I'm like by that point like fuck me. But then
I
you
look at my balls and I just sigh. I'm like,
You know what I do? I'm like a black barber giving someone, the high top. I'm like pulling the hair and then
you need to get it
I'm
between,
so scared of
between
going.
2 fingers, man.
I'm so scared of getting close to the sack.
See,
Yeah.
I've never ever used like a manual razor before. Never mind near my balls, but like in general. So I feel like that would be even scarier. The only time that
using a Gillette's easier.
really.
Yeah, because I feel like whenever hope you're enjoying this, guys. Whenever you use an electric one, you've got no fucking no idea. Depth perception's a lot different. You hold it a lot closer whenever you're using a manual. So, have you guys ever watched Doctor Who?
No.
Do you know like the Skin Man? look up Doctor Who sheet of skin, right? Can I share screen?
Go- Do you have it?
I've got it. I think I've got it.
Are you
See if it
sure?
lets you share screen.
I'll share screen it. Like this.
Perfect.
You have to do that and Gillette down because if you use the one blade, you're fucked.
Is that not relying on you having like a lot of loose skin though? Like, I think I'm blessed in the loose skin department where it's pretty like stretchy.
Yeah, if you can get a bit of a
Depends
Straw.
Depends the heat level.
you have to come out a hot shower.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, I should have known this would end up like this somehow.
You ever used to get those like toys and you used to like squeeze them and the ball would like push through? That's what I imagine having to do. You push that the ball like. And then you just,
Unreal. What a great question, or what a great conversation to go into from a question. I would rather nick my balls than have Finn see my arsehole every check-in.
that's bad for your coach. It's not for you though. You don't need to look at the photo.
Yeah, but if I already nicked my balls, so it's okay. But I also
I-
don't want to put my hole out there.
Nah, but if it's only Finn seeing it, I really don't mind that much, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't win rear shots anyway, so it'd be nice to win one for once in a
Yeah, you never
while.
lose them anyway.
That's fair.
I back myself
Aye.
from the front. So
Only Finn needs to see it, as long as he's not posting my check-in shots. Because imagine he's posting my check-in shots and I'll get my arse.
It's just that sideways view of half the laptop. Josh checking in.
You're a spread eagle.
Just
Would you have to
get
do it on
M3 coming
stage?
at it.
like, do you have to do it
Huh?
on stage?
Huh? Oh, do you have to? Oh, lock in. Fucking lock in. Unreal. So no, you don't need to have it out on stage. If you don't need to have it on stage, I think I'm picking the Arsenal one. That's gonna be the answer.
Yeah. Same.
He's got another question. This one not involving Arsenals, which is great. You're in you're in the Coliseum. You can choose a golf club, a tennis racket, or a hockey stick. Every 2 minutes a wave of toddlers are let loose on you. It starts with one toddler, but doubles every wave. How many waves are you taking out?
Oh, get me a driver. Oh no, because after a while it snaps surely.
Yeah, it depends on if it's indestructible. If it's indestructible, then you're good
A
going.
driver just fucking.
And it also
What are the
depends
other
like what are we can. It was a tennis racket or a hockey stick. It's not going to be a tennis racket. That's
I
not.
think I'd go hockey stick because that's like pure wooden. Like
Mate, that's gonna snap so much easier than a.
if
a
it
golf
doesn't
club.
snap though, if it doesn't snap,
It depends. Like what are we saying? A toddler is like age wise. Is that like 2-year-old or
3?
4-year-old or?
2 to 3. You're not a toddler when you're in nursery. I went to nursery at
say
3.
three.
2? Yeah,
Straight two.
2.
So let's
Yeah,
see.
2's fair.
Yeah, 2-year-olds.
Okay.
I think.
Golf
I mean,
club.
if we take into account like gassing out from fighting all the ones before, how many toddlers could you? I reckon there's no. How are they even doing damage to you? They can't even like think about how to.
Imagine these toddlers of like they're prestige master toddlers, but they've got
And
they've
they,
got skins.
and they
Deckers.
understand, and they understand actually what they're trying to do here. Hey, I
Yeah,
think
they can all. You know, it's like the question: one gorilla versus 100 men. Like, you're not
Yeah.
really going to do much damage, but it's like mob. It's the mob of them.
yeah.
I've had to like look up the squares to like
Yeah.
see
How
what
many
the-
rounds?
So
Wait, I think there's no amount of toddlers that can do damage to you.
imagine 289 toddlers around you though. I suppose you're in a coliseum, so it's quite.
And that's on. By the way, that's on top of all the numbers before. How fatigued
If
you'd
they
be by
start,
it.
the only way they're doing damage is if they start munching you, start eating you.
Let's say
are
they've got full set of like adult teeth, and that's how they get you.
you-
They
oh,
bite you.
you're cooked.
I
then.
don't back myself with the driver though because it's like I'd be trying to get the end of it to hit them. At least with a hockey stick, any part of that.
Oh, so
hits
I
the
would-
guy's head.
I wouldn't choose a driver. I'll fucking show you what I choose.
Can we pick our own thing? Because I'd pick maybe like some F50s with like metal studs.
Volley them.
Stamp on
Just
them.
go kick to fuck.
I've got a putter that's like a mad funky one, and it's got like sharp shit on the other side of it. If I can use that, then I'm doing like unlimited damage. I think if they've got full grown teeth and they can munch into you with the full
Yeah.
force strength,
We've got to give them some kind of fucking
normal
thing.
adult, then I'm only taking like 15 to 20 because as soon as
No,
they're single,
you do more.
No, but they're so slow.
they can barely walk, and you need to
But they
remember the
can
size
bite.
of the coliseum. So
Yeah.
you can run around the coliseum and you can get away from them and wait for them to approach you.
so
And
now let's actually take into account like the gassing out part then from each round.
I'm walking.
Show us the graph, Matt. The
the squares.
I think I seen like an 89. I think I'm getting tapped out at like 89 to be honest.
But by that point, you've already fought like the numbers before. So 81, by that point you've already fought 1 plus 4 plus 9 plus 16 plus 25 plus 36 plus 49 plus 64.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I don't think I'm getting to hundreds. Are we in agreement there, or do you think you could do more?
I think that's
Trying to,
fair.
trying to batter 100 toddlers, like, that would take it out of you.
Yeah,
I
let
think,
alone all the ones that you've done before.
I
Exactly.
think if they've got no teeth, like no jaw strength and shit, you you can survive until you just run out of food and die. Like I just
Yeah.
don't think they can do enough damage. Like let's say with the gorilla and the humans, like if there's enough humans over the gorilla to the point that it can't move, the humans can gouge out its eyes. They're intelligent enough to actually do some form of damage, but
Yeah.
toddlers don't have the intelligence to do that. So I think you just die of starvation before that happens. Good discussion. Great
Got a bit
discussion.
too into that one.
No, I like that. I like getting into the nitty gritty of it. Thank you, Jack Morrison, for the wonderful questions. As always,
Yes.
he always comes up with some interesting situations. That's all the questions. To be fair, I think that was like eight to
Yeah.
10 questions. Sorted a 46-minute episodes. We
Pretty
happy with
good.
that?
Happy days.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Anything else that you want to cover? Anything else that we've missed? We want to update on upcoming. All good.
Nah.
I don't think what's happening soon.
Nothing much.
Show season, really. Just, I think, what first clients are on stage in the next like 3 weeks.
Yeah. Something like that.
We don't have like many people competing there. I don't know what Finn's situation is as well. So, Naturals one, but then I think the first like big kick-off will be Naturals two. I think that's the
Yeah, 92, then Heart of England.
Heart of England. Whatever one comes first, that's like the big one to kind of start everything off, and we've all got clients and stuff. So that'll be good. But yeah, I think that covers everything. You want to cover how you nearly get chopped, your heads get chopped off by a propeller? Was that your first time experiencing that, Noah? Or was
That fucking. That's not my first time in one of those planes, but Jesus Christ, a fart would have taken us one way. The plane was. It was like a private jet. And you got on loveliest ladies, right? Aer Lingus, you hire some fantastic women. But honest to fuck, your planes are made of paper mache. Anytime it was like even taken off, it wasn't just a. It was.
It
was
feels like this as it's moving up in the air. It's like
You know, when you're like
Yeah.
trying to be like nonchalant, you're like, nah, it's fine. But then it gets to the point where you're like, oh, we could be fucked here.
mate. As it was going
Right,
up,
like,
we
together.
kept looking at each other. Our hands are clammy as fuck. We're like wiping them on our legs.
I just see no out of the corner of my eye.
we're sat in line with the propellers, and there was no one sat on the other side of the seats. So it's seats of two. There's no one sat in the two seats to the right. So all I can see on my peripheral is Matt's head and these propellers right fucking next to me. And then anything over here, it's just oh, there's nothing blocking it. And then any time there was turbulence, right? Obviously, we're going over the sea, like there's a little bit of fucking shake getting given. Mate, you could feel it. You could feel it. You know, whenever you're driving in a car and you go down a hill and your balls kind of go up to your stomach.
Yeah.
It was that, but instead of your balls, it was the fear.
Full
So-
stomach going.
It's like you feel the balls go like all the way up to your mouth. Like
Yeah.
it's not just like, oh, a little tickle. It's like like that.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't ideal. And then he decided to hit a big fucking right hand turn.
I seen that. I think I seen that in the video, and like all you could see was just the sky up above you, and like just infinite, and then just the big propeller there. I was like, oh,
Mate,
that's
you had
horrible.
no idea like it was coming, and all of a sudden he just fucking hit a scoop turn, and the whole plane just went like that. But no, it wasn't too fun. But we came home in one piece, so that's all that matters.
My flight,
Flight home
my
was
flight
bad,
home
man.
was horrendous. It was like because it was
Really?
actually windy as well. We were like
Yeah.
coming into land, and the plane is literally just going like this, the whole time.
I feel like I'm quite good at like handling like when the plane starts going a bit tits up.
Mate,
and, like,
you
can
would
see, like,
not be
Josh
able to
and
handle
Josh,
this.
Yeah. Fuck that.
It was bad. It was bad. And like even landing, I feel like we landed on one wheel. And then the other side.
Scudded. Oh.
Oh, it was grim.
Sad. Well, I hope everyone has enjoyed listening along. I think there was a good few moments there that you should enjoy. a few
Yeah.
crying moments from us laughter wise. So thank you all for tuning in. Do like, subscribe, all of that jazz, follow, 5-star ratings, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one. See ya.